Okay, good day everyone. Today we are moving on to, we'll be starting with case statements. Okay, we're starting with union, case statements, and partition by. So those are the three things we'll be doing today: union, case statements, and partition by. So before we start, let us try to connect our database. Since the beginning of this tutorial, we've been using the created database, which is this tutorial. So good, it has been connected. So let's use the data we use in our last class, the Chicago data. So let's see the data, select top 10, all from Chicago census, Chicago crime data. So let's see this data. Okay, we have ID, case number, date, block, IUCR, primary type, word, community area number, FBI code, and the likes. So let's see. Our second data will be select top 10 all from Chicago census data. No, Chicago public school. Chicago public schools. So let's look at this. Let's see this data and see what it will print for us. School ID, name of school, collaborate number, and the likes. Now, from these two data, we can see clearly that we have between the two data, we have a column that is very common, which is community area number. So whenever you are using your union, you make sure that the column you want to use in the first table must also be present in the second table. You understand? Now we have community area number in Chicago crime data. We also have Chicago public schools, and we also have community area number in Chicago public school. Now, what do we mean by union? Union simply means um, the joining together. You know, when you're dealing with set, we have our union. If you have set A and set B, then the union will be, let's say set A is 1, 2, 3, and set B is 1, 2, 4. The union will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So that will be the union. So same thing applies to this place. Now let's see. So we are selecting top 10. Let's select Chicago community area number, community area number, community area number from Chicago crime data, Then we have select community area number, from Chicago public schools. End of code. So what you just do is to put union in between them. Now, since our community area number is present in table A and is also present in table B, so therefore their union will be, community area number. Let me look at this. It will bring, this is it here. This is the column here. Community area number. Where is it? This is it, community area number. So this is the column. So wherever we have, if 7 is present in this table, it will just bring the union of all the whole numbers here in Chicago public schools and the numbers in Chicago crime data and combine it together and give us everything in a single colon. Yes, it will give us everything in a single colon. So let's see the result of this code. Good. Now, can you see? We have 23, 46, 69, 29. Can you see? Can you see everything? We have null. Can you see? To give you everything. That is 78. That is, there are 78 in number. So which means the number of community we have here 78. There are some area number that is null, is not available. Now, what does this mean? There's another function aside from union. There's another function that we call union all. Union all. Union all. Now, what do we do? What's the difference between this union and union all? Now, the difference is that, okay, this is 78 column. Let me run this. What we'll be having, more than 1,000. Can you see? Now, this union give us the distance. Like I said earlier, that in table A we have 1, 2, 3, and table B we have 1, 2, 4. So the output, if it is union, the output will be 1, 2, 3, 4. But if it is union or, then we'll be having 1, 1, 2, 2, then 3, 4. That is union or. So it will give us, if a number is present in both tables, if we are using union all, it will print out the number of times the number appears. Look at 1. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 1 appears how many times in both tables? So it will just give it out since it is union all. Assume it is union, it will just count this, all these ones, to take them distinctly and print only what? One of them for us. So that's the difference between union and union all. And as you can see, union is different from full outer join. You understand? Union displays everything in a single column. But if it's a full outer join, to display everything in what? It will it brings it after bringing out what's it called? If it is in our union, we have or union or after we have our first column, our first data and our second data in a single column. But if it is in a full outer join, it will display them in what? In rows. You understand? They'll be shown in rows and not in column. So that's it. Or you can say that these are being displayed in rows then. So it's vice versa anyway. So it's vice versa. As this is appearing like this, if it is a full outer join, it will not be applying straight. It will have different to be in. They will have different columns, you understand? So that's about it. So let's continue. Next one we're moving to is our case statement. So for this case statement, I think we have a data we call, what's it called? I think it is employees, yes. We've used the data to select top 10 from employee. So let's look at this data and see what we can do with it. Let's see. Okay, we have ID, first name, other names, DOB, job title. Okay. So I would love to create a view because I don't want all this data. So let's just try to create a view. So we can create view and let's name it EMP. So in the view, I want first name. I want first name, first name, first name. I want other names. I want other names. I want other names. So what else again? I want age, age, age. So what I want to arrive here is that we have first name, we have other names, we have age as what? Select, as select. So from our data, I'm coming, let me run this data again. We have other name as select first name. So from the data we want to call it from, it is called first name. So we write it correctly. First name, comma, other names, comma. So since there is no age, in this data, so we can put in our own age by saying use our date diff. So our date diff, return the year, comma, DOB, which is the date of birth, and what? And get date. So from employee. So this is what we want. Get date from employee. So let's run this to create our view. So what I want in our view is just first name, other name. Should we add date of birth? Should we? No. Okay, let's put in department. Let's put department. Let's just put department. I don't want to add everything. So department is the last one. So here I will just put in department. So let's run this to create our view. Good, our view has been created. Now we can now call in our data by saying select all from EMP, which is our new view that we just created. So let's see. Oh, good. So we have our first name, other names, age, and what, and department. So where we are going exactly is using our case statement. You understand? So in our case statement, let's say, now let me look at this age very well: 36, 39, 20, 40, 30, 30, 20, 40, 40. Okay. Okay. So let's create our case statement. Case statement is just like stating a condition in a select statement. So let's say select all from, I want everything from EMP, since our data is now select all, select all. Okay, so we can now state our case. Let's say case when age. So you use the word case to start your case. When age, let us use 555. We want to use their age to determine their level. So let's say if the age is less than 20, if it is less than 30, If age is less than 30, then let's say young, you understand? When age, oh, I did not, when age between 30 and 40, then um, let's say medium. So this is what we mean by case statement. Then else, else, so let's say old. So let's end it as age group. So age group. So it will save, the case will be saved as what? Age group. So select all from data is what? From employee. I don't like the way these things are showing in this monitor. Let me just always find seeing the code in capital letter. Anyways, so let's run this code. Let's see. Let's see what we have. The word case. Should there be any problem with the word case? Why? Oh, good. I didn't put comma. Sorry. So let's run this. Oh, don't we have age in the column? Do we not have age there? Let's see. Thought I put age. Age is there. Oh, our data is EMP. Oh, sorry. EMP, not employee anymore. So let's see. Okay, now good. Now look at our case statement. We have 36. I said if it is less than 30, we have young, 28. Can you see? We have young, 28. We have young. So this end as, we serve as the group, the column name, end as age group. So if you look at it, we have medium, young, medium, this. So as a moment I can also use my case statement in while creating my view, but I just want to use it here. So this is how the case statement works. I hope you understand. So this is how the case statement, this is how it works. So now let's move on to partition by. Now with this case statement, you should be able to write as many as you should be able to write any case statement you want to write. So let's move on to partition by. Now as for partition by, so before we use partition by, let me run this. Let's select. Let me select. Select top 10. I want to view my employee data again from employee. So we can see from employee, select off from employee. Am I having any problem? Is my employee not correct? Select top 10 all from employee. Wow. Oh, I didn't put from. Sorry. From employee. So let's run this. So I have annual salary and I have department. Okay, so let's quickly run this on time before we do our partition by. Let's say select department, comma, some annual salary, some annual salary, some annual salary as ANN from employee, so group by department. So this will show me the annual salary by each department. We've done group by, so this will just show me annual salary by each department. Can you see business affairs? Okay, let me order it. Order by departments, descending. So it should be, I'm sorting it in the descending order. So water management, this is the annual salary, treasurer, transportation, street and sand. So these are their annual salary. Now, partition by? Now, if I should use first name here, if I'm putting in first name here, then my partition by, my, what's it called? My sum of annual salary will not work with it because the first name is not included. The first name is not included in the group by clause. You understand? So if I'll be adding, let me say first name. If I'll be adding first name, then this my sum of annual salary that I'm having here. Let me put it in the next row. This is my sum of, okay, let's run this and let's see. Let us run this code and see. Can you see? First name is invalid in the select because it is not contained in what aggregate function or the group by clause. So it is not contained. So if we are to use the first name, what do we do? So that is where your partition. So it will partition it. So let's see. So since we have sum of annual salary, then the next thing we have is over. Use your over clause with it. So we have over, then partition by. So it will partition the sum of annual salary to partition by, now partition by department. It's partition by department, as ANN. Okay, let's run this if it will work. Okay. I'll be removing this. So we have first name, department, sum of annual salary, over partition by department as AN, and this should work. Oh, good. Now see. So we have first name, department, and now if you look at this, all this belongs to the same department. So that is why it is repeating. Now when I use the first one, did I cancel it? Oh, sorry for that. The first one I did, which is select um departments, select departments and some annual salary, some annual salary as ANN from employee, then group by department. I think this is what we run the other time, group by department. Okay, now let's run this again. I want to show you something. Now, can you see that this is just distinct? So business affairs, since we did not print anything with it, so only for business affairs, that's the annual salary. For board of ethics, that's the annual salary. For mayor's office, that's the annual salary. But here, it will display, it will print out their names, their department, and the annual salary of their department. You understand? So that is what this partition by, that is what it does. Now, for you to know that it does that, you can just add row number to it in order for you to know the unique rows that we have there. Let me see. Let's do that. We have sum of annual salary. We have sum of annual salary as ANN. We have row number. We have row number. Then this also be over partition by department. So you will see the row number, the unique row number of each department as RN. So you will see the unique row number by each department. I think if you are using this row number, you must order it. So order by, you must put your order by. Okay, let's run this first and see that if it will work. Let's see if it will work. Can you see? They said row number must have an over clause with order by. Can you see? So since we've partitioned by department, what do? We order by. Okay, I'll order by the annual salary, which means from the, should we do descending or ascending? Let's do descending, which means, by default, it is ascending. So let's use descending. And let's see this. Order by annual salary, annual salary. Okay, so let's run this again. Okay, good. Now you see we have row 1, row 2, row 10. This is the unique number of departments. So if it is, can you see row 37? Then another one, row 1, row 2, can you see row 3? And if you look at the first row, this admin hearing. Can you see we have another row? So this is the count by row number. So this is how we use our order by. So today we've covered um, how to use our union or the case statement, and our partition by So see you in our next class. Thank you.